sour grapes, bitterness, and simply, well, a sore loser. Who are we talking about? As ever, Meghan and Harry. And as ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning. Neil Sean here. Nice to have your company. And as ever, look after yourself, whatever you're doing today. By the way, do you realize that on this particular week, all of those years ago, back in 1960, this iconic London TV building opened for the very first time? We're talking about the quintessential BBC television centre. Yes, I visited there many times. Many great shows were made from that particular building, which sadly now there's still TV studios there in the main ring, but the rest of them have been turned into residential flats. And if you want to live in the area where Morecambe and Wise danced away, Lauren Bacall swept the stairs down while appearing on a chat show, or indeed Fred Astaire tap dance, well, quite literally, you can, but you need quite a few million to be able to afford even one of the smallest flats. But what a part of history it truly is. Back as ever to your breaking royal story of the day. As we mentioned recently, Meghan and Harry have had something of a very tough time. None more so, of course, when the talent boss, Jeremy Zimmer, basically claimed that Meghan was talentless, no great audio role model, and not really a podcaster. As I said before, I thought it was a bit harsh and a little bit unprofessional, to say the least, because if they can say that about somebody they haven't signed, well, perhaps they could say it simply about people they have signed who then decide to leave them. This is, after all, the cutthroat world of showbiz. Absolutely. But according to a very good source, Jeremy has a little bit of beef. And as ever, let me explain. You see, when Meghan decided to look for brand new representation, apparently she was fielding around various offers. Who could be the person that could spin Meghan back into the stratosphere of the showbiz world? After all, she'd appeared as a game girl, hadn't she, on Deal or No Deal, popped up in suits, and well, that was about it. But of course, we're dealing with a megastar here. Now, according to insiders, Meghan herself or her team had indeed approached Mr. Zimmer's organisation. Now, I'm not quite sure, and as ever we have to say allegedly, whether that broke down or not over consultation, fees, or indeed perhaps not necessarily the quest and drive that Meghan foresaw for her take back onto the entertainment platform, but seemingly it fell apart. And that, according to very good sources, is part of the reason why he came out and spoke so, shall we say, negatively, to say the least. Now, this naturally has been refuted by those particular individuals. But what is interesting here is then, of course, talent agents always fall out with each other. They're rivals, they have to make money. And by sort of being negative, it does kind of make the William Morris Entertainment Group look simply like they've got second best. After all, there's money to be made out of Meghan. Absolutely. Whatever you may think, she's still a sellable feature. Sadly for Prince Harry, not so. But certainly for Meghan Markle herself, they could at least exploit certain avenues and ventures to make sure they could squeeze the last drop of any money making possible out of the former royal. And could that be the real reason why the talent bosses were at each other's throats? As ever, I'd love to know what you think to this particular story in the comments below. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.